So as I was saying,
Hello, everybody. Brett was here to spoil the next module for y'all, but you know. But hi, everybody.
Okay, don't talk about
It's
Dark Sun anymore.
no, they're gonna take me seriously.
Too bad.
My next 5 years is ruined.
Why are you doing this to me?
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Fadum, also known as Ambassador Kel. I am your community manager, and I am here to run a very exciting and short D&D game today, where I am joined by Vincent Malley, Misa
Hi there.
Gans, Mikuvo, and Brett Norton. Say hello, everybody.
Howdy,
Hello,
everyone.
Hi. Hello.
I feel like if I was thinking about this more, I would have come up with a Dimension 20 style, like, say hi, spell jamming spellers or something like that, but, you know, it's too late now. So, today, in celebration of the Neverwinter announcing that our next module will be Neverwinter Spelljammer, which is very exciting. Congratulations to all of you for that announcement. Today we are going to be heading into the stars, and we are going to be doing a little Spelljammer ourselves. So, without further ado, why don't we dive right in? We open on the astral sea, a formless void, one that science would tell us should be devoid of color, of sound. And yet, the light of 1,000 stars falls upon us here, painting everything we see in vibrant hues of reds, yellows, blues, and more. The colors mix and dance, making a universe of wonder for any who would dare face its perils to move through it. And move through it, something does. In the far distance, we see a speck of something reflecting the light. As our eyes begin to adjust, the shape gets closer. It's wild, organic, almost living. A long, curved green and gold deck supports two giant translucent green wings. The star moth, known as the Cultivator, powers through the cosmos, hunting another fresh world to drain to feed the light of Xerxes. As it passes by us, impossibly large, another speck appears on the horizon. Much smaller and moving much, much faster. It appears like nothing so much as a wooden stake hurtling through the cosmos. Its tip is sharpened to a wicked point, which leads down to a short central cone. Behind that, 4 individual rectangular chambers are linked by the tenuous-looking tubes, both to the cone and to a central spherical hub. Centrical? This is the Starseed, the last hope for the people of the planet Gaetalos. And as it passes close nearer to us, we move inside to find. Now, each of you, in order to form the Starseed from your main ship, has to choose a room on the ship, one that you've designed, and detach it to form one of those rectangular chambers that I mentioned. So I'm going to go to each of you and have you describe your character and describe the room that they would bring with them. Starting with Misa, could you describe your character and your room for us? I think you're muted. Misa.
Alrighty then.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, of course I was. Alrighty then. Yeah, so Mirka is an Asimir who always wanted to learn magic. She basically looks like me because it's easier that way for me. So she kind of looks like me with the blue hair, and she's a warlock. She always wanted to be able to escape her small pond of reality on a spelljammer, and her village was destroyed. And after suffering that loss, she made a pact with the celestial patron, and so she's there to help the sick and those in need. And her room is basically pretty sparse, and just has some weaponry and her magical trinkets that she likes to carry around, and a place to sleep. That's about it.
Okay. Vincent, what about you? Could you describe your character for us?
Alrighty. I am playing a metallic dragonborn named Glamvir. He is of bronze dragon ancestry and has cyan eyes. Usually, you'll see him walking, especially in this campaign, you'll see him walking around in sort of uh, uh, pink and gold garb with streaks of cyan through it, and carrying around a big old warhammer, also trimmed with pink.
Nice.
His room is decorated similarly with various musical instruments. He is not a bard. He is a barbarian, though maybe down the line he'll be a barbarian.
All right. Brett, how about you? Could you describe your character in your room for us?
All right. My character is Leandor, a half-elf cleric. Leandor hails from one of the many worlds within the wild space and grew up wanting to basically be a bit of a scientist, but was pulled into the clerical realms instead. But never really gave up his aspirations for wanting to be an anthropologist, and thus has now decided to travel amongst the stars and attempt to seek out new planets and new civilizations to boldly uncover civilizations that probably existed before and to learn about the peoples of wild space in general. He's generally not a particularly strongly built character, fairly thin and wispy and small, even for a half-elf, with black hair and a sort of pirate-like goatee. And although he has a lot of characters that might make you think that he is a rogue or perhaps a wizard, is in fact a cleric of the peace domain and generally tries to avoid conflict, prefers bookish studying things, and trying to resolve conflicts through peaceful negotiation whenever possible.
Right.
The room that he would bring with him would certainly be one stocked full of books, scrolls, things to study and learn about, both ancient histories, ancient religions, and other than that, relatively simple, not one for luxury, and generally pretty happy as long as there's a lot of books and things to study around.
All right. And finally, Miku, could you describe your character for us?
Lyra would be sitting inside a relatively sparse room. The only thing that is visible in front of her is a symbol of what looks like 7 stars and 2 beautifully decorated eyes. She's most likely just sitting there and doing a small prayer as small little lights sort of surround her. She opens her eyes slightly and you can catch a glint of blue eyes, like just crystal blue eyes. And she's sporting twin tails like myself, except her hair is blonde. She is on a sacred mission from Selune to help restore the moonlight to pretty much anywhere that needs. So she's just calmly meditating whenever we start the scene.
All right. When you players and audience, when you see the tokens that I made for these characters later, you will discover the fact that I hadn't asked anyone to describe their character before they got on stream, and everyone's token is wrong, just completely wrong. But that's okay.
Mine was pretty accurate.
All right.
I like mine.
Well, good. I'm glad. So Lyra, as you're meditating, you are reaching out, into the cosmos, stilling your thoughts, attempting to become, sort of one with the ebb and flow of the astral sea, and you start to get a sense of like something tugging at you, which usually means that there's an influence or message from Selune coming in through your connection to her. If you take the time to focus, you can probably hear what she has to say.
I definitely super focus and try to attune everything to listening to her message.
Could you give me a religion check?
All right. Religion. Oh shoot! I should roll on. I rolled a 6 on D&D Beyond.
Uh-oh. Six total?
Yeah, 6 total.
Okay. All right. Well, you get a sense on the edges of your perception, like Selune was trying to warn you about something, and you get sort of a flash of like something moving looks like underwater, but then it's gone and you don't get any more clarity than that. As you react to the as you react to the losing this message, the light at the top of all 4 of your rooms flicks on a bright gold light, which you all know to mean that you are being summoned to the meeting hub at the central part of the starseed. So there's a tube from each of your rooms, and as you enter the tube, gravity starts to fade. The spells that are holding you to the ship sort of fade out for a moment so that you can grab onto the sides of the tube and pull yourself down the corridor. And then at the end, as you enter the central hub, gravity will restore itself. Does anyone do anything different than coming down the tube and just entering into the room? Does anyone have any fun entrance they'd like to describe?
Oh yeah.
Eh.
When the light turns on, Mirka stands up from her room, and you'll notice that she's not alone in her room. There's actually a small owl on her shoulder, which is her familiar, and she kind of walks to the tube and just casually vaults into it with her wild spacer background. She doesn't really have any issues with gravity with weightlessness, so she kind of just like somersaults into the other room and lands on the other side.
Nice. Anybody else have a cool entrance? All right. Well,
nothing.
as you land. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, nothing major from Glamvir. He's just drying off some scale polish on the way outside of the tube.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well,
I just casually arrive.
just what up, everybody? Just wearing a bathrobe, drinking a coffee.
Yeah, Leander's probably reading a book as he comes through and is looking distracted.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Everyone?
No, just you.
Oh no.
God, I hope it's terrible. This would be great.
20.
No!
Okay, you're fine. There's a lip at the end of the tube, but you've done walking and reading many times on this ship, and you just sail right over it. Well done.
Wasted my 20 on not falling.
I am a capricious and cruel DM. No, I'm not. The center hub of this ship is focused around a crystal bloom that comes out of the center. You all know that despite it looking like a crystal sculpture, this actually is a flower that you found on one of your many travels. And it grew from a single crystal seed into this blooming crystal sculpture you see before you now. And tending to it is a being that wisps in and out of your vision. They are made of like a almost translucent substance, and they seem to be buffeted by invisible winds that you definitely can't feel on the ship. As they are buffeted and fade in and out, they change forms constantly. At one point, you think it looks like a half-elf woman. At another point, it looks like a full orc man. At another point, it's a tiny warforged crouching on the desk. And this is Hub, the air spirit that powers and allows you to control the starseed. And they have been waiting for you as they turned on the light to let you know that it was time to meet up. They will look at you and they will say, "Friends, we are approaching target distance. Do you have further instructions?" And on the crystal seed, you see a fuzzy and somewhat far off distance of the star moth that you know is your target, hanging in the astral sea. This is the part where you usually make a plan on how you're going to breach and infiltrate your targets, which you are hurtling towards at great speed.
All right.
Well, I usually just look. America looks to the owl on her shoulder and has the owl kind of fly around. God, I forget your character's name already, Brett.
Leander.
Leander's head, and so the owl is just kind of flying around Leander, and America has it land on Leander's shoulder, and she kind of just stares in that direction.
All right. As far as the breaching part, do we have any way to actually board the ship? I guess that's the hard part.
So you know that the Starseed, the reason it's sharpened to a point is it's designed for exactly that. Its usual modus operandi is crash into the ship, make a hole, and then get out during the hole.
Gotcha.
That doesn't mean you have to do a frontal assault. Ships in the Astral Sea, especially these Star Moths, are big enough that you could attempt to land quietly, or crash quietly, I guess, or you could attempt to make the most attention that you possibly can.
Oh, I'm always one for a splashy entrance, so I'll be there with my Warhammer swinging if y'all don't have another plan.
That's a tough one. I don't know how sneaking the ship around to get on board this Starmoth seems tricky. Who's piloting exactly our ship? Do we have a lot of control over how well and how stealthy we can approach this ship?
You do have party members who could, specifically one, Mirka, who could attempt to control the Starseed. It doesn't have its own propellant really. It was just launched at the point where this ship would be. But there are ways you can use the crystal seed, which is what stands in for this little ship's astral helm, to attempt to slow it or aim it a little bit.
I mean, I can try. America speaks up, and I can try and direct us to an area on the ship that has less signs of life.
Yeah,
if that's preferred.
Would we know the part of the ship that's likely to have the least amount of crew to make our entrance?
You definitely have a map in front of you, and as players of an improv-based game, you guys can tell me what you want to exist and how you want to approach this.
All right. Is it mealtime? If not, let's crash into the galley if we can. How about that?
I mean, I can probably aim us for what looks to be the galley of the ship. This isn't really a spelljammer we're on here, so I don't know if I can get us perfect. I can probably just manipulate us a little bit and try to minimize the impact.
A quick question of curiosity, and I'm referring to Hug. Is there any sort of water near this area?
There are water storage chambers near the mess hall, yes.
America looks over, and would the water help you? Should we aim for water?
Perhaps. I sense something strange from Salune, and there was some sort of indications of water.
Should we avoid it, or should we aim for it?
Seems like an omen.
Clerics.
All right. Then a quick question about our plan here. What's our exit strategy? If we get on board and we destroy the astral seed, how are we getting off this Star Moth? And can we make it escape back on our own ship, or do we have to hijack it? So, is the ship we're on currently capable of making a return voyage, I guess, is what we think.
What sounds more fun to you folks? Having to steal their ship or being able to get back on the Starseed?
I mean, it just depends on what's the size of the crew of a typical Star Moth? Like, what's the typical complement? What would be the range of, we're talking about like 1,000, 100?
To be
10?
honest, I have no idea. The one that we have in our game is about, it looks like about 2/3 the size of the Moon Dancer. Okay. So I'm going to guess probably a crew of 20 or 30. But it seems like the kind of ship where if you could figure out how to control it, because obviously it's designed for people who grew up in the Xerixan Empire. You probably could run it with a skeleton crew.
All right. So we stealing ourselves a Star Moth?
If it's a America speaks up. If it's anything like a normal Spelljammer, if we can get rid of any hostiles, I can limp us back.
Sounds good to me, but I get to decorate it.
That's fine. Mirka shrugs. Her room's not like it has anything in it. She doesn't care.
As long as we don't bring too much harm to the other inhabitants.
Mirka stands up. Then would you like me just to aim for a place that looks like it has less signs of life, so it can be sneaky? As she starts walking towards the flower to control the ship.
Hopefully, we can get into the least possible conflicts.
Mirka nods and looks to Hub.
I think
where's...
I'm sorry, you were going to say something, Brett?
I'll say if we're going to try to get into the least possible conflicts, then we might be better off trying to, take our ship back, get on board, sabotage the Astral Seed, and then make an escape. That way, that would probably minimize our chance at needing to fight.
Let me... Hub, can we detect where there's a... Is there an area on the ship that we can see that has a less likely to be crowded that I can aim for?
I believe your initial suggestion of the mess hall holds sense. In current Xerixan Empire time, it is not lunch or dinner or breakfast.
Right then.
All right, I guess it's not midnight snack time either. Let's go ahead.
I cannot account for the midnight snacking habits of the Xerixan Empire. This data is unknown to me.
Mirka smirks and reaches her hand out to try and control the ship.
All right.
All right.
So, controlling the ship is going to be, I'm going to say Arcana, unless there's other rules that you know about that say otherwise.
I'm pretty sure it's Arcana, or that's the only thing I might handle on my list that would even remotely make sense.
Okay.
All
right. Well then, let's do it. Let's give me an Arcana check.
I rolled.
Wait! Before you do that. Since this sounds like it's an important action, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my powers on her. I'm going to try to use Emboldening Bond to give her an extra D4 on whatever roll we're about to do. So I'll put an Emboldening Bond on on myself and her. So that
I was going to cast Guidance on myself too. So
there you go.
Does it stack with Guidance? I could also.
Hit with Guidance, and I'll hit with Emboldening
Bond.
Bond.
With Guidance. And I know this because last night in the Spelljammer game I was playing, someone used Emboldening Bond and someone else used Guidance.
Okay, so I have two extra D4s?
Yep.
Yes.
How do you roll 2 extra D4s on this website?
Are you on...
When we're boldened for 10 minutes now.
Or D&B
Put on you and
D&B Beyond.
There's the little dice logo on the left?
Imagine I am giving you Guidance.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll roll it. I got it.
I'm cheering in the background.
So it's 12 plus 2 plus it's 2d4 then for Brett. Yours is a d4.
Yeah.
Oh god, 2 1s for that. So it's 16.
That was a DC 16 check that I was going to make you do. So well done.
Gold Guidance and Emboldening Bond work.
Oh my god.
All right, so as the Starseed is barreling up towards the back of the Star Moth, because if you're chasing a ship, where else are you going to be aimed? It slowly, mostly by swinging your different chambers through the astral mist, begins to turn itself and sort of drift around the side of the ship. It doesn't lose much momentum, but it is aimed now for where... at least as far as you know, the Star Moth's mess hall would be, and you now are barreling in and within the sight of the Star Moth. You've come out of the cover of your pursuit, so I'm going to need one more Arcana check to try and dodge the fusillade of fire that's about to come your way.
I'm gonna cast Guidance on myself again.
Holding bomb's still in effect as long as it hasn't been 10
Oh
minutes.
yeah, guidance is still affecting that thing as well. I think that just lasts for a bit. But if not,
I just gotta do this.
okay. Natural 20.
Hey! Oh man!
And +2 +5, so 27.
Okay, so as the ship comes in, previously in the drift turn that we just seen, it looked a little like clunky, like not really something that's designed to turn and handle itself. Once the defenses of the what the hell did I name this star moth? Of the cultivator come online and start shooting red bolts of energy into the astral sea. All of a sudden, it twists like crazy, which you guys don't really feel inside, thankfully, due to spells. But as the beams are coming at it and it's spinning around, they are shooting in the holes between the containers on the back of your ship, and you spiral in a perfect arc to crunch right into the side of the Moon Dancer. There, the boarding door opens up at the front of Hub's room, and you are free to do what you will.
Don't ask me how I did that, everybody, but here we are.
Glamvir's got his decorated warhammer out and is charging right on in.
All right.
And I'll follow Glamfear.
I will be the slowest one to exit.
Mirka exits right behind Leander with her Yikwa in her hand.
As you
and her Toma shadows in her other hand.
Subtitles messed
no.
that one up badly.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Oh god. Oh god.
So
how do you pronounce that? It's YKLA.
Yeah. Well, got that. Anyway, you as you're running through the door, Mirka and Lyra, you hear from behind, "Be safe, make good choices." And then the boarding door shuts for Hub's safety. And it you are once again in really, Cat? Really? Sorry. You're once again in one of those air or gravityless tubes. This one's a bit more like a snorkel, coming up to the hatch that you know is the top of the sort of drill section of the starseed. Yeah.
Alrighty. Glamvir's definitely doing a Super Metroid wall jump up that. Doesn't necessarily need it without gravity, but
yeah.
Mirka's just more serious this time since she's got her weapon out and she just jumps up and lands next to God, it's so bad with names, but
oh no, I should have
lands next to the barbarian.
I should have done a ritual. Too bad.
Too late now.
Oh, I already had my ritual active.
All right.
Not in combat yet. So how close? So how close are we actually to the starseed?
Sorry, you are in the starseed. The cultivator. You are inside the cultivator. As soon as you jump out of the hatch here, you will be in whatever you crashed into.
All right. So hopefully the galley.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's jump out then.
All right. Busting through. As you come into the room, you see what's a very familiar sight to y'all now. You've raided a lot of these Xerxan ships, and while the outside has this sort of green and gold motif, the inside, they go much heavier on the gold. They go hard on it. So it is a mostly gold room with little accents of white here and there. You notice that there is a chandelier hanging from the ceiling that just, like, it's a galley. It doesn't need to be this fancy, and yet they have done this thing. They have put this. It almost looks like it's floating with little lights all around it. And over to the side, beyond the rows and rows of ornate tables with cushioned chairs, you find yourself looking at a small serving counter, and behind it you can see through a window a kitchen that is not nearly as nice as the rest of the room, not by half. And there is a 3 or 4 astral elves cowering behind the counter. Um, After a moment of you bursting into the room, one of them, a astral elf woman with long blonde hair, stands up with her hands in the air and says, "Please, please, please, we are just the kitchen crew. You don't need to hurt us, please."
Are you all
All right.
right? Are you any of you hurt? Lyra immediately walks up to these scared individuals and attempts to sort of like calm them down.
And she stabs you in the throat. No, I'm kidding. She she looks around at the people to sort of like ask them, with eye contact if anyone's hurt. One of them uh, gestures at like a tweaked ankle, but they were far enough from your entrance that it seems like they're mostly okay.
Can I try to
Yeah.
just, I don't know, like do anything to patch them up or make them feel
Sure.
better?
Yeah, I don't think. Well, give me a medicine check.
Yeah, I will.
Mirka looks over at Leander and it's like, she's
I rolled
doing
a
it
13.
again.
I rolled a 13.
That's
Or,
good
I mean,
enough.
it was 8 plus 5. So.
Yeah, it's a sprained ankle. You're good. You don't really feel like you should be using your spell slots on this, so you take a couple of lunch trays and have Glamour. Sorry, Vincent. What's your character's name? I didn't write it down.
Glamvir.
Glamvir. You have Glamvir break them in half, and you can use those with some, supplies you've got in your pack to make a nice splint for his ankle.
Yep, I'll help them with that.
Cool.
I'm happy. This is what I was born to do.
My character Mirka walks up as the patching up is happening and goes to the one who spoke originally, the scared person, and is like, we won't hurt you as long as you don't, and gently tries to persuade her by we won't, as long as you don't announce our presence more than we already have ourselves. We would appreciate that.
All right. Yeah, give me that persuasion check.
I still have guidance, right? And the other one.
Yep.
Does that
That's
still
been 10 minutes, so yeah.
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 Oh, I gotta do the patching up while doing this.
I mean, I can cast guidance on myself, so.
I don't think the patching up affects your concentration unless you decide to stab
Yeah,
yourself.
I don't think it does. So that total is a 13.
All right, now you're great.
Actually, 14.
You see her sort of visibly relax. She's still got her hands up. She's still, aware that she's not in control of the situation. But she says, "Thank you. We have no wish to reveal your location or your presence. We simply wish to wait here until the whatever this is determined."
Fantastic.
Ask her if she knows where the astral seed is on board the ship.
Mm. Do you know where the astral seed is then?
I and my comrades are not allowed out of this area. We sleep behind the kitchen there. I have not done much exploring of the ship. I have overheard some of what the guards have been saying.
Anything would help.
She thinks for a second. I imagine it would be in one of the chambers near the bow of the ship, so that it was more protected. And you guys are currently, as you know, closer to the aft.
Oh, great. The farthest possible distance away.
Mm-hmm.
Ask her if there's any way to approach the bow that is of stealthy nature. Something. Is there any way to approach the bow of the ship that doesn't take us through any sort of main quarters area?
Mirka gestures to the question, or to Leander's question.
There is, of course, the servant passages, but I worry that if the soldiers find you in those, they may punish us for colluding with you, along with my other valets and cooks around the ship.
What if this is on? Rather than you, would you? Mirka looks in her bag and has. We will.
Sure.
All right. We will tie you up, and make it look like you're under duress, and I'll come untie you after we're done. Would that work?
Yes. You may have to
Is
tie
that
up.
really necessary?
I'll tie them loose so they can break out on their own.
I suppose that would work. You may have to tie anyone else you see wearing this uniform as you go to prevent punishment
What's your
to
name?
them. She looks absolutely terrified to tell you her name.
Who should I tell? How would I convince them that this is okay? That we're saving them.
Do you have additional clothing like yours? At least Leander and I could somewhat resemble.
I think it's going to be tricky unless we're going to leave half our party here.
She looks pointedly at your blue hair and pigtails.
Blonde hair.
Or blonde hair, sorry, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not as bad. She looks pointedly at Mirika's green hair.
I think we can loosely tie them and try and just not hurt anybody who was wearing the servant outfits. There's no need for additional harm if not necessary.
Of course. Thank you for your considerations. She bows her head, and you get the idea that this sort of thing, bowing her head to people who could intend to do her violence, is something that she has to do a lot in her daily life. She gestures towards the kitchen where the entrance to the servant passage and the extra uniforms would be.
America uses her rope to gently, not super tightly tie everybody, tie their wrists so they wouldn't be able to do much and follow.
Their hands fall off. No.
Right?
Critical failure.
Dang.
As far as for my hair,
I don't think we're going to be able to come up with any
I
fancy
don't think we're going to be able to
disguises.
cover it with anything too fancy. I don't
Yeah,
have anything I can even cover it in my bag.
Yeah,
I recommend just trying to
Glenn
get a path to the servants' passage as we can, and
Let's
then get
just
moving.
try and
Someone's going to come in the galley eventually. So
yeah,
I
let's
think
get
we can
going. We
stand
made some
here.
noise.
Yeah.
Let's
Glam's outfit is loud enough to.
Glam. Do you think we can? Do you think you could help us barricade the servant store once we go through it? I can't lift anything.
Oh no. We all
Sorry.
have negative strength modifiers.
I said, Glam, can you help us barricade the servant store once we go through it?
Oh yeah, sure.
I have a +2 in strength. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm going-
Minus one.
Strong cleric.
Minus one.
What do you all say we head on through the servants' quarter and work our way
Let's
to
do it.
to the back? Let's try and do it sneakily.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Well, then we are going to transition to a lovely group stealth check. I am going to keep track of the successes and failures, and we'll see how we go from there.
Great. So should we all roll stealth?
Yes, I'll roll individually, please.
I got an 8.
I'm casting guidance on you because you have it on me.
Oh, are you doing guidance?
Yes. And so
how do I roll? An
you have to
extra
just roll it on the
thing?
bottom.
Oh, I see. 1d4.
Lovely. I got a 12 with all of my buffs. I have
Got
plus
11.
I have
11
plus,
as well.
I have
Okay.
Yep.
plus 2 and I had
7
2
plus
both.
4.
12.
We have 2 12s and
Yeah.
2 11s.
Yeah, not the stealthiest group.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Not terrible.
Clank, clank, clank.
Not terrible.
I'm just going to roll something. Don't worry about it.
It's not obnoxious, but it's not great.
Okay. All right. You guys are powering through the servants' passage. It is often it's definitely not as nice as the rest of the ship, as we mentioned before. Their tunnels are cramped. They're badly lit. There's like it looks like nobody's come in here and fixed them. You pass through one passage that is completely dark, as the light has fallen from the ceiling, and no one has come to fix it. So the servants simply step over it and feel their way through the dark and keep going, which you find yourself doing too. Although I imagine you all have dark vision or something.
Yeah, two elves have dark vision, and Asimar does have dark vision as well. I don't know about your barbarian though.
You can just breathe some fire. You know, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
We have three people holding your
cast
hand.
light, or if necessary, or something.
I didn't have the light, interestingly, so
I have
It's
light
up to you.
cantrip if we need to, but I think we should just try and guide him through.
Yeah, it's not a long enough stretch that you need to create a torch or a light spell
Yeah,
or
no.
anything like that.
Just gonna feel through.
Yeah. Cool. All right. You do hear a banging far behind you, and you're pretty sure that the door that was barricaded is now. They are attempting to unbarricade the door. Whoever is trying to come into the tunnels after you. Most likely the ship's soldiers and defenses. But do you continue on? There's branches off of the servants' quarters, the servants' tunnel that lead to you're not sure what, but presumably other places in the ship that soldiers and servants would need to go.
When Mirka hears the banging noise, she pauses, turns around, and makes a little gesture with her hand and casts minor illusion. In one of just in line of sight of where the servants' corridor goes in, and off to the side as far as possible. And she makes like an illusory. What am I going to make for this? You can erase out our image module that lasts for a minute. Why drawer? I'm just gonna make the appearance of like some minor demon and making creepy noises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you say anything to your party before you create a creepy Halloween decoration behind them?
She motions with her other hand, but doesn't say anything out loud before she does it. She motions that she's about to do it. She gestures.
All right.
Creepy Halloween decorations, go! And then after it casts, then she looks and whispers, and she's like, hopefully that'll distract them for a moment longer. It lasts a minute.
I can also use thaumaturgy to like make some sounds or cause the lights to dim or something if we want to really accentuate the Halloweenness of this.
Make it even more creepy. Yeah. Help my demon look even more real, Leander.
It's just a cantrip, so I can.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
I'll do thaumaturgy to heighten the spookiness of this illusion.
Yeah.
Are there any flames around?
Yeah, that's how the corridor is lit.
I can also use thaumaturgy to make the lights flicker.
All right.
Basically, make the hallway look super scary.
Yeah.
Make some booming and rattling, make the lights flicker, and we'll make this demon.
Stopping in the mid heist to make a haunted house in the middle of the ship.
Yeah, that's what's going on here.
Keep on moving. So that whatever comes behind us gets the crap scared out of them.
All right. You come to a tri-fork in the road. There is a path that goes to the left, one that goes straight on the way you were going, and one that goes to the right. All of them go up. So they're presumably leading to some of the upper decks of the ship, or possibly even the main deck of the ship itself. But you are not. You don't. Yeah, that's what you see.
All right. Now, so question, this kind of depends a bit on the material of the ship, but would locate object as a spell work for trying to push or find the location of the astral seed?
Remind me what the restrictions are on locate object.
Lead, apparently.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the construction materials of a star moth are, but I don't know if it would block locate object or not.
Well, we're going to find out right now. Odds, they do have lead throughout the ship. Evens, they don't. Did that go? Yes, that did go. Evens, they don't.
Oh, all right then. Then I will waste a spell slot, I guess, casting locate object here and try
This
to
is
get a
not a waste of
sense
a spell slot in
and
any
try to get a
universe.
sense of where this astral seed might be, and hopefully pick one of the three more usefully than just blind guessing.
That makes sense. So what does it look like when you cast detect object?
Let's see. Good question. It would basically, it doesn't like since it's not something that's within visible distance. We wouldn't see it. But if I close my eyes, I should be able to hopefully see it like burning, or like a halo effect, if you would, pulling me in the direction of wherever it's at.
All right. So you closed your eyes, and for a moment you see everything in the ship in this sort of relief, like wireframe look. And then as you focus on the object you're trying to find, things around the ship start to dim. And you see that there is a large chamber that seems to be connected to the main deck at the top of the ship, that has it's shaped like a starseed. And it seems to be closest to the right hand corridor.
All right.
Do you get a little sparkly path?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Yes.
Does he have a
Is there a golden path that leads me to it?
You absolutely do now. Yep, there's a golden path
Okay.
up the ground.
Can there be like little sparkly bits on the
Yeah.
astral seed itself too?
Yeah,
So
of course.
that's where we need to go and interact with.
Great.
All right, perfect.
Great.
And
That's what I
a
see.
mini contact of Hub pops up and says, "That's it. You're going in the right
All right.
direction."
I open my eyes and inform the party that I think the astral seed's path is to the right on the fork. So
All right, Glamveer's going to
Sounds
lead
good.
lead the path to the right.
I'll follow behind Glamveer.
All
Yeah.
right.
I'm at the back. of the-
Sounds good. So it sounds like party order is Glamveer, Lyandor, Miraca, Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Is the goal? Our goal is to just out of character for a second. Our goal is to just do. What are we supposed to do with the seed that we're going to?
You're trying to stop them from being able to deploy the space seed. How you accomplish
Okay.
that goal is up to you.
So we either got to
Great.
blow up the space sheet or I don't know, activate
Great.
it prematurely maybe.
Sounds
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a scary one.
Yeah. All right.
Does Star Moss have self-destruct sequences?
Let's not
That's a good
let's not talk
question.
about
Okay,
let's
let's find
not
out.
talk about harm.
All right, all right.
No, I want to harm. We're gonna harm the Star Moth. I'm not gonna harm the people.
If you pull up the star moth, you're gonna harm the people.
Let's try and just take out the seed. I can
Okay.
probably shatter it. Maybe. I don't know.
All right. So you make your way up the right-hand tunnel. It becomes a steep climb. These tunnels don't have the anti-gravity features that the ones on the Starseed do. But you find yourself pretty quickly coming to a hatch. Now the hatch is made of very strong-looking steel, and yeah,
All right, Glamveer's going to try to open that hatch.
nope, that is
Uh-oh.
a very locked hatch.
Oh no.
Is the lock visible from this side?
It probably would lock from the. No, it would lock from the inside, because it's you would want to be able to shut the hatch and lock it from the inside if you're protecting yourself. So yeah, it is locked. You can see the lock. It is a kind of bar mechanism. When you unlock it, the bars slide across from either side. When you lock it, the bars slide across from either side and hold the hatch in place.
Let us smash that lock.
Miraca puts her hand on
Right.
on Glam's shoulder and casts guidance on him. Go for it, bro.
Do we have any non-smashy ways of getting through the lock?
Can you pry it open?
Anyone here?
With your...
Any rogues? No, we have
You
nothing.
got no rogues,
Oh, God.
baby.
Brute force. And
I
what
should've
magic? Knock?
just
Didn't we get like any kind
jumped
of door opening
Brute force
spells?
it is. I can
Wow.
I can Eldritch Blast it, the lock, if you like.
I don't think that's going to be much more effective than just smashing it at this point. What material is the lock made out of, and the door as well?
They're all made out of metal. Looks like hard steel.
All right. Well, he's got a warhammer, so
Yep.
Glam, here's your guidance.
Now,
Smash that open.
Are you aiming at you can see the lock that when you turn it, the bars slide across. Are you aiming at the lock mechanism or the bars themselves?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably the locking mechanism, even though that's probably a bad idea in retrospect.
Alrighty.
What, would it gonna damage the lock and then the bars won't come out? That's
Hmm.
a good question.
Well,
Is there a way we
Adam-
can just smash the hatch open? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean,
We should try that if he fails to break open the lock.
Yeah.
all right.
I can
Yeah,
cast
give me-
mending if if it's absolutely broken. I can
Go for
cast
it. Then.
mending.
Let's
Okay,
get
okay.
this lock.
Good point. Good point.
All right. Well,
We'll
let's
fix
make
it up if we
an
break it.
attack
I'm
roll
using
on
it.
this lock.
All right, let's see. Oh gosh, it's been forever. How do I do an attack roll? There's okay, +5.
If you're on D&D Beyond, you can just equip your item.
It
and
should be.
click
Should I
it.
go ahead and should we go ahead and pump this roll up? I could cast Bless if it's an attack roll. This isn't a brute force strength check.
So base roll was 16 plus a 5 modifier. So
So
that brings us to 21.
yeah, that's pretty good. So yes, you do hit. Tell me how much damage you do.
1d8 plus 3. Let me roll that. 8 damage.
All right. You definitely have made a serious dent in this lock, but it still looks as if it's in working order.
Dang. Well, should I swing again?
I don't know if we have like much other. The only option is then to go back and find perhaps a different path.
And
so.
of course, when you hit the lock with your warhammer, it did go clang real loud, and you did hear it reverberate down the corridor.
Can anyone cast silence or something?
I can actually. Do we need it?
Why not?
Alright. I'll cast. I'll spend the second level spell slot to cast silence, I guess, because that's when I can cast it. So
Mirka
I'll-
backs up outside of the range of that.
I'll basically make like a. It's like 20 feet, but it's like a 20 feet bubble of just silence around us.
Okay, great. So silence ascends.
Mirka feels the silence and really disturbing and backs up.
You all
that's-
find yourself.
That's
Hang on.
great. We needed ear protection anyway
Since
for
we're-
this.
Right, before he throws this last one on, I'm going to throw out Bless as well to the other 3 party members. So
Okay.
you can add a D4 to your attack roll.
Okay.
God, I'm so buffed.
And so everyone's got Bless.
Next attack roll is a 14.
That'll hit.
D8 plus 3. That's 10 damage.
All right. It's looking damaged. It's looking real damaged.
All right, one more swing.
Oh,
Does Bless stay
Bless,
active for another
Bless his
attack?
concentration for like a minute, I think.
Okay.
It's the attack roll. Yeah, it's a full minute. It's a pretty long duration.
All right, third attack is 21 after
my God.
modifiers,
Yeah.
You're pretty accurate smashing these locks.
and 6.
Oh my god. It's hanging on
Does it
by a
have-
thread.
Ah,
Smack it again!
we'll keep going.
Yeah.
I won't make you roll again. You smash it the 4th time. And the entire mechanism that was holding the lock on comes skittering off and smashes into the wall, which you then realize as it falls down the corridor behind you, bouncing silently at first and then loudly once it exits the bubble. You realize now that you've got nothing blocking you from pulling the rods out from that direction.
Yep. Then gonna pull those locking rods out and pop that hatch open.
When
All
as
right.
soon as the hatch pops open even slightly, you just see a little from Leander's shoulder, a little bird flies out. The owl that Mirka
Okay.
had summoned flies
Are you
out, and Mirka is looking through its eyes.
Okay,
I'm still holding up the silence in
Great.
bubble, so whatever in that area is still quiet.
Okay. So Mirka goes limp. Does anybody catch her?
No, I'm just following like Philip and covering a double. I'm gonna hit the ground. I'm I'm 20 feet away from everybody else.
You're on a slope, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide.
Okay. If nobody's catching her, that is what happens. She starts barreling, rolling down the tunnel back the way you came.
What?
Because when you go see
I'm
through
slipping.
a familiar, you become deafened and dumb, and deafened and blind, and
I think it's just
not really in control of your body.
I don't think I lose my balance by default.
Oh, really?
No, I
Okay,
think I just
you
lose
had
my hearing. I just can't hear, and I can't see. But so moving would be really bad. But I'm fine. I think.
Okay, you don't fall down the tunnel. All right. So through your owl's eyes, you find
I
yourself.
can also hear.
Yeah. You find yourself on the deck of the cultivator, on the main deck. You're looking out at the astral sea. The bubble of silence has caused folks to not be alerted yet that you guys are coming out onto the deck of the ship. There you see 3 fully decked out armor and weapons Xerxan warriors on the deck, patrolling and looking around, but none of them have looked your way yet. There's also several people in the same uniforms you saw the cooks in, tending to the sails, driving the boat, that sort of thing. You also see, well, let me just bring this up so the audience can see it too. You also see on the top deck, right before the bridge, right above the bridge, there is a trebuchet hanging out, pointed forward towards and so away from you, but forward towards any enemies that the Xerxans might face from the front. There's one warrior on the deck with you, and there is one doing some patrolling and repairs on the back end of the ship, and one on the bow deck.
Okay. It's still silent, and the owl. So the owl Mirka takes in what's happening, and the owl flies kind of back into where it came, and starts hovering around the door, kind of like the hatch that came out, just out of sight. And then Mirka drops her looking through the eyes and starts moving forward, but can't say anything because it's silent.
Oh yeah.
Glenbeer looks for any gestures or anything like that.
And so the owl is literally doing things kind of walking, going through. It's swirling around.
Got it. Okay, but it's staying within the bubble, or it's going on its own.
It's in the silence. It's back in the hatch, out of sight of the other things above. It doesn't want to be seen. It's just blocking. It's just right by where we exit, and kind of flying to show people not to go.
Did we see the astral seed where that's stored anywhere?
You see next to the trebuchet there is a blue, dome-looking structure, and you are pretty sure that looks like where the seed was connected to the ship.
Is there a bunch of sparkly paths leading up to that?
Oh, there sure are, buddy.
But Mirka can't see that.
There's a couple other protrusions around the upper deck here, but the blue one looks the most obviously magical.
All right.
All right. So Mirka's gonna walk up to the front and kind of stand with the owl and kind of giving people a hand gestures about enemies.
3 words for sure.
Yeah.
All right. What would you all like to do?
Glenbeer hefts his warhammer is like.
All right. I mean,
I saw how many enemies were on the thing?
Yeah, 3.
It was 3, and so.
Can anyone create a distraction up there? Anyone got illusion and stuff? Can we get them looking away from our exit while we get out? I don't know if we can deal. It sounds like these 3 heavily armored individuals are going to be a problem. Hopefully they can't spin that trebuchet fast. So fire inwards. That seems unlikely.
Are we having this conversation?
We can't have a conversation. We're in a silence bubble, aren't we?
Yeah.
So the silence bubble is this
Good
place.
point.
I could just point people to go back a little bit.
Okay, let's climb slightly, a few feet out of the bubble because it's not that big.
All right, we climb back out of the bubble.
Listen to the story of what's out there.
Quickly explain what's up there, so we don't save some time.
Right.
Mirka quickly explains what's up there. To the group.
So they're separate. They're not necessarily looking our way, and we can swarm one of them before they even notice.
Potentially, and I can minor illusion to distract the other ones.
So why not just jump up there and start swinging?
Try to
All
knock
right.
them out without killing them if possible, unless they're a problem.
And if we're gonna go in on this, let's get some stuff ready. I can throw out some spells here before we get this rolling.
Just to like the pacifist gamer, is always into not killing, but just to give you guys the full information in case you didn't know, the space seed they're trying to deliver will suck all light and life from the world it lands on to deliver it back to their empire. They are basically on their way to commit a big genocide.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Hey,
stop
look,
this genocide.
I'm in the peace domain, and if I'm on this mission, then killing all these astral elves and stopping this seed is the greatest path to peace. It's like the peacemaker kind of, I'll kill anyone who tries to get in the way of peace.
So this, can you guys see that ping that I just did?
Yes.
Okay, so that is where the hatch is. So you guys can place yourselves anywhere around that hatch in these 4 squares.
It's in the middle? Okay.
Yeah. And I will say, this is Spelljammer. You are not limited to the white spaces. You can climb all over the ship just like these other guards have. There's some parts where you may need to jump or make some tests, but the map is open to you.
All right. So if we're going to make our exit here, before we make our exit, I'm assuming that Bless is probably worn off because it feels like it's been longer than a mere minute. But just before we enter this bubble, if we're going to charge through, I'm going to throw out heroism on our barbarian friend here. And just get that way I don't have to spend a turn doing it once we're perhaps up on deck.
All
right.
It also lasts for a minute.
Well, as y'all hoped, they are still not looking at you as you come out of the tunnel. What would you like to do?
Swing.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna go to the nearest guy and clang him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You'll get a nice surprise round, but everybody roll initiative, please.
Alrighty.
8.
4.
16.
All right.
8 as well.
8, 4,
What's
16,
the initiative
and 8.
bonus?
Level
9
3.
total.
Level 3.
Sorry, level 9 total initiative. So.
Got it. 9. Okay, I'm just gonna make a quick note here of. I love the D&D Beyond encounter builder, but also it drives me crazy to forget to name people. Okay, so that was. The 4 was you, right, Nico? No, you were the 16. The 4 was Visa.
No, I have 8.
Who's
Yeah,
the
the
4?
4 is Glamvir.
Oh, okay.
Well, Glenview had a surprise. So.
It's true. Yeah, we're gonna go through a whole round without them getting to do anything, which is great. Okay. Then. Sorry, Misa, you had the 16?
No, Miku did.
Nico.
I have an 8.
Okay, there we go. Now I've got everybody's initiative set. Okay, cool. So this is the first round of combat, and up first will be Miku.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
I want to use sort of like thaumaturgy off in the space area here to make sort of like a loud sound appear.
Okay.
I know it's space, so this is like magical noise, but it's sort like I want to create a sound of like a star exploding or something. Or
I feel like Spelljammer would have sound in space. It just feels like it should.
But I don't know how to ping on the map.
You press and hold the spot you want to do it.
But which hold? Yeah. I think this is 30 feet.
See,
but somewhere
Miku,
out there.
yeah, just press and hold like this. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're good.
So in that area, I just want to make a really loud, like it sounds like something like a star exploded or something.
Okay. So there's a that's just a cantrip, right? You're just using thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to do anything.
It's still an action.
Yeah.
but I wanted to use that.
Love it. So you all hear a supernova-sized boom just off the deck of the ship, and you see the guards wheel to look in that direction.
And then I'll go hide. I'll just hide behind. I forgot.
Glambeer?
Vincent's character. Yeah, Glambeer, and I'll end my turn.
Okay. All right. Then we are on to Brett.
All right, so got heroism up on Glamveer. Tough call here. I'm trying to take these two out. How tough? Hit him from behind. I'm gonna hit the closest one with Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
Oh, Toll the Dead.
That's a saving throw for them or an attack roll for you?
DC 13 Wisdom.
Okay. Cool.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
Well, not a 1, but he did roll an 8. How much damage does he take?
7.
All right.
Actually, I can roll that on over here if we need to be. Oh, I'll just roll it over here. Oh, 8. It's even better.
Oh, even better.
All right. Love it. Okay.
If he'd already been damaged, it would have been a D12, but he's not.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, positioning's good. I'm going to stay where I'm at.
All right.
Out of melee range.
Then we are to Misa.
I feel like as a warlock, I have to make the joke. I like to use a Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm. I believe that's pronounced Eldritch.
I can't do Travis. I can't do his accent, but
Oh yeah. No, I was doing that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Do your Eldritch Blast.
That's a 10. That's
Are
a
you
crappy
attacking
shot.
the same one that Brett was attacking?
Yeah, I'm hopefully shooting somebody in the back of the head.
Yeah. No, 10's not gonna do it. You
That's
aim,
unfortunate.
but that loud explosion just kind of made your finger of death point slightly off the wrong direction as you got confused by it, and so the Eldritch Blast just misses.
Darn it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is there any place that has slightly less visibility than where I'm exactly standing?
It's kind of an open deck on the ship.
Great.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places to go.
And then she's gonna just move over here and be a little bit further away from the hatch.
All right, sounds good.
Oh wait, does my owl get to attack? I gotta double check that. Act independently. It rolls its own. I didn't roll initiative, but it can't attack anyways, so it just flies around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end my turn.
All right. A trial by fire. I just want you to know I'm reading all this stuff in chat, and it's great. Please keep it coming.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. Finally, Glamveer gets to do the attack that he started to start this combat.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so what does heroism do mechanically? Sorry.
You're immune
Sorry,
to
ask while
frightened.
Also gives you temporary hit points each turn.
Oh, that's right.
Nice. Okay. And
It's,
Bless is still active? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
It's plus
Oh,
3. You get 3
Can you
temporary hit
maintain
points
both
every
of those, Brett?
turn. What? Of what?
Heroism and Bless.
No, Bless is by far
Okay.
has worn off by this point. So just Bless should be gone.
Okay.
It only lasts a minute.
There you go.
We had to talk about all our plans. I can't imagine that took less than a minute, considering it took us 10 minutes to get through it.
That, okay, so 1d20 plus 5. It's a 10 on the attack.
That is not a hit.
No.
Even though he's surprised, Vincent doesn't have advantage.
Yeah.
You know what though? You did have the silence bubble. I'll give you advantage on it. Reroll it.
Alrighty, let's. The
Come on,
other
Vincent.
20. Yeah, with advantage, it's either a 10 or a 7. So, in a
good start.
In a glorious arc of neon pink and cyan, nothing hits.
All right. Well, that is the
Should've
end of the
recast
surprise
Bless.
round.
That's
so
unfortunate.
we're gonna start moving some people around. This guy right here is gonna go dup 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 and stop here. And then he puts his hands on this ring surrounding the trebuchet and starts to push on it.
Oh boy.
Let's see. He doesn't have athletics, so he might luck out here. He got a natural 1. My God. All right. He strains against it, but the trebuchet does not begin moving this turn. And if people in chat are noting that normally you just have to say you're aiming a trebuchet, you're absolutely right. But no.
He's facing the entire other direction.
Yeah. All right. The other astral elf, this guy right here, is going to, he's going to jump over that gap. Let me see if he can do it. Yes. So he's going to jump over here and land right next to Lyra, and then he's got a longsword out, and he's going to swing it at you. Does a 16 hit your AC?
Yeah, it does.
Probably.
Alrighty. So you are going to take 5 slashing damage, and then he will end.
I'm hurt now.
Bloodied.
Already?
No.
Okay.
Whoops.
All right. That will bring us to Lyra.
All right. So, I look at the individual that struck me, and I guess at this point the silence shield should probably drop because I got to do some stuff with verbal stuff now. So, my eyes start glowing a bit, and I just look directly in his eyes and I say, "Flee."
Ooh, you're doing
Oh,
it.
command!
In like a really divine sounding sort of voice.
You sound like Saloon's taking control of you. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So I cast command and tell him to flee, which
Okay, what's
says
the saving throw?
the target spends its turn moving away from you. Let's see.
It does have to make a saving throw, though, right?
Wisdom.
Okay.
It's a wisdom save.
Alrighty. He got
Of-
a 10. Does that pass
That
your spell save
fails.
DC? All right. So he has to spend his next turn moving away from you.
Yes.
Cool. Love it.
And then I will take a bonus action to summon a spiritual weapon.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, yes.
Right next to me.
All right. Let me see if I can grab a.
And I don't know, I just some kind of like glamoury moon hammer is what I think that the form of that weapon would be.
Okay. Give me one moment. I should have prepared for that, but. Oh, perfect. First result is a beautiful glowy hammer.
Oh, when you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against the creature.
Oh, nice.
So I can still do it right now.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll do it. I'll smack him. Where's my spiritual weapon action?
It's hidden in the abyss.
Oh, come on! I rolled a 1. All right, so I summoned the spiritual weapon, and I'm about to do a really cool swing with it, and then I just like my back like cracks, and then I just miss entirely and just slam it on the deck like oof. Oh, my back.
Well, you do have a yes, you do now have control of that glowy hammer in your on your turns. So, all right. After you is going to be this guy who's facing off against Vincent here. So he is going to do a longsword attack. Does an 18 hit your AC?
It certainly does.
Jeez.
All right. D&D counterbalancing is difficult, and I may need to make some changes in the heat of this. But you will take 8
3 of them, it's
damage.
4 of us.
Alrighty,
Ooh.
that's 3 temp HP and then 5 real HP.
Hooray for heroism.
Hooray, hooray. All right. After him, we have character D is Brett or Leandor.
Leandor. All right, back to me. Perfect. Let's see. I'm assuming we need to take some of these guys out. I'm going to go ahead and risk it for the biscuit. And on the one that's near the trebuchet, that's 25 feet away, I'm going to try to hit him with Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
All right. So that is a hit +5, so ranged spell attack. See if that says it. 13.
That is a no.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, these guys are.
All right.
Yep.
That's not
like I
great.
said, I may have balanced this a bit too high.
All right, then I'm just going to try to do as a bonus action. Then I'll go ahead and use a healing word on Vincent's character for 1d4 plus 3, I guess.
All right.
And yeah, get him topped off.
All right. Yeah. So I'll just respond to the
That's 6.
the AC complaints the way the players do with "Get good, noob." All right. We are on to. What's happening? Why is it not letting me select next? Oh, I see. We are on to Misa or Mirika.
Out of curiosity, from where I'm standing, can I see the astral sea? Do I get the impression that I know where it is?
The astral seed.
Or
You can't
yeah,
see it. You can see that there's it's connected to the deck. There's the blue thing that you can
This
see on the
thing?
map. Yeah. There's a couple of other things poking out of the deck as well.
And this is. Are we in low gravity or?
No, there's regular gravity spells on the deck.
Alright. Mirka kind of gets a little nervous. Looks at the two clerics and is like, "You're gonna have to protect me a little bit here." Makes a gesture with her her hand, and it's almost like space itself, like the darkness, is just coalescing in her hand.
Oh, I love it.
As a gloom shadow longsword or short sword actually, and she casts as a bonus action Shadow Blade.
All right.
And yeah, so I'm gonna move in up to this guy at the trebuchet.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a swing at him with my shadowy darkness death blade.
All right.
Also, is it low light here?
Yeah, you're in space. Well,
I have
hold on.
advantage
Low light
then.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, is that good or bad?
My shadow blade gets advantage on low light.
Absolutely, it's low light.
Then I have advantage. So I rolled a 15.
It's not enough.
Advantage.
No advantage. Yeah. Was that with advantage?
Oh man.
I mean, I can hit the button and I'll tell you that it's going to be less than that. I can't really hit hard. Yeah, that's the same 15.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man. These things are wearing a lot of armor.
They sure
Yeah.
are.
That's all I got.
Okay. So then we get to right. That is Glamveer.
Alrighty, definitely gonna go into a rage after getting smacked by that longsword.
What does it look like when Glamveer rages?
Let's see. Cyan eyes start glowing. The scale polish they applied starts glowing. So there are certainly lines of pink and cyan on them as well.
Nice.
And he is pretty unhappy about that. Okay, so rage lasts for a full minute, up to 10 rounds, or ends early if I
You
don't
don't attack
attack
somebody.
someone hostile, or don't get hit. Okay, so now that Glamveer is angry and even more glamorous, let's go for 1d20 plus 5 and see if that hits. No, it does not.
Oof.
Did you add? No, never mind. I don't have bless on you. Damn.
Yeah,
Do
sorry.
you want?
I
Do you
think I
want
need
to
to
go
add
reckless?
bless.
Sorry.
Do you want to go reckless?
What is reckless attack again? I forgot.
You
about
get
that.
to roll with advantage, but they also get to roll with advantage against you.
That sounds fun.
You have a
All
lot
right.
of healers.
Let's try that again. 1d20.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh, the dice are not liking
The
me
dice
today.
are mean. All right. Well, Glamveer bravely swings his hammer twice, but it just bounces off the armor of this knight, who sort of looks at you and goes, "Mrrr." Oh wait, sorry, they're an elf. He goes, "Meh."
Excellent.
All right. After you, we are back to the top of the order with this guy up here, who is going to make another strength check.
Oh, right. One thing I had forgotten. I have a. Sorry about that.
Oh,
I have
no.
a storm aura of tundra, so each creature of my choice in my aura gains 2 temporary HP. So Miku
Go to
and Brett,
yourself. Oh,
and
can't be.
each, so it can be
Okay.
multiple.
Gotcha.
All right.
So 2 temp HP for all of you.
Nice.
Oh, right, and I gained 3 temp HP off of heroism again, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, we'll go back to the top of the order. He did make his strength check this time. So you watch as the trebuchet slowly starts to rotate into position. You feel like he could do it in one more turn. And that is the end of his turn. But his buddy gets to go. So this one is going to attack the spiritual weapon because it no
I
idea.
think he's got to run.
He has to run.
advantage.
Oh, he has to run. You're right. I'm so sorry. So he's going to jump back across, but he's going to take 2 opportunity attacks from you and the weapon.
Hooray!
Let's see if they actually hit.
On.
Everything's gonna miss.
That is a 14 for
Oh.
the mace. No, no mace. All right. That is a natural 20 for the
Hey!
Or for the mace or for you?
or for the spiritual weapon.
Okay. So how much?
Okay.
How much damage?
So how much
What
damage
is
is
this
that?
amazingness?
14.
Nice.
Wow, spiritual weapon hits hard.
Gotta love that. All right, yeah. As he's jumping to run away from you, it just BAM across the back of his head. And you know what? Since he's trying to jump at that time, let's see what his dex saving throw comes out as.
Oh, he's gonna fall.
Okay, so on an 8, he does not actually make this jump. He is going to fall down here and be clinging on with 2 hands to the side of the ship.
Oh no! Now I gotta come rescue him.
All right. After his turn, it is Lyra.
Oh my god!
It's your turn. Yeah.
All right. So Lyra
Stomp
being
on his
Lyra is like,
fingers.
oh shit! And I'll move over to him.
Peacefully
and
stomp his fingers.
I'm actually going to do the help action on him.
Okay.
So
So
I
he's
don't want him to-
hanging 1 level below, so you'll have to climb down to this screen spot down here if you want to try and help him lift up.
No,
Yes, I wanna
deal
do
with him
that.
later.
No, I want to do that.
Oh, I'm yelling at her character. Deal with the other 2 first.
This is my flaw.
Okay. So could you give me athletics or acrobatics, your choice, to get down to the lower level below?
Oh god, they're all bad. Okay, athletics. All right, let's do this. That is a 20. Not natural. Not natural. Just
That's
18
fine.
plus
Still
2.
great. All right. So you're gonna climb down there. The help action is you don't have to roll anything for that. But I am going to make you roll another strength check to try and haul this metal armored guy off of the up back onto the boat.
I hope she rolls a 1 and drops it.
Fail.
Oof! I rolled a 2, so it's 2
You
plus
dead.
2 is 4. Ah!
All right, you grab his gauntlet,
No.
and
You
you
so
see him
killed him.
tense because he's fairly certain you're gonna Mufasa him in this moment.
Oh man.
But you start to pull, and nothing happens. And he kind of looks up at you. You could, even though he's got the full face helmet on, you could tell from his body language he's got this surprised, like, is she helping me? kind of look. But you don't make any progress hauling him onto the deck.
Oh no. Do I still have a bonus action? Or do
Yeah, I
not?
think you do.
Move in action. So
I think I can still use the spiritual weapon to attack. As a bonus action, you can move the weapon up to 20 feet.
Why are you attacking if you're gonna just save her?
Knock them out! I'm gonna knock them out, and then it's
There we go.
peaceful saving. Okay, so I can
like
move the hammer there, and then I'll try to hit that dude.
hooray.
Okay.
And that is another 2! Are you serious? Alright, 2 plus 5 is 7. So no, nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. All right.
Right, so
well, it
Down a party
is-
member, but at least we knocked one of them off the.
All right. Well, it is this dude's turn, and he is going to disengage and move up here, and you can see him
2 attacks.
starting to fiddle with this. Disengage. He used his action to disengage.
Oh.
And he's gonna. You see him starting to fiddle with this blue thing. He doesn't look familiar with how it works, so he's just sort of like looking over it for buttons. And that'll end his turn, which brings us to Lyandor.
All right. Let's see. No, I'm going to move slightly up because I need to get a little bit closer. I need to select move. Is this a blue thing in the middle block line of sight?
Yes.
No, it does.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Sorry, it's a fence and like the entrance to underground, like you see on a ship.
All right. So if I move right there, it's still relatively clear. I've got line of sight to both of those targets.
Yeah.
And I still got line of sight to that. Oof. All right, I think we need to take care of this guy that's he's messing with. So is the one to the left messing with the blue thing? Is that what you said?
He is. Yeah, he's looking for a button or something.
Dealing with a trebuchet or dealing with this jackass? I'm just going to try to blast him. So I think we need to get rid of him. So I'll waste another spell slot trying to hit him with Guiding Bolt again.
I mean, it's the only encounter you may ever do with this character, so you know.
Yep, use them all up, even though it doesn't seem like I need a pretty high roll to hit him. 8. Nope. All right. And no one's really hurt that I can reach now because they're only hurt characters dangling off a ledge right now. So
she's
Don't think I
not
have any-
dangling yet.
don't think I have any bonus actions. So that's it for me.
Can Mirka call out to let him know something's gonna happen, or is it just?
Well, it's your turn. Talking is a free action, so.
Yeah. Well. Let's see. Great. So I'm going to. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I can't move, or can I? Oh no, I can't. I was hitting the wrong button. I'm going to move to right here, so I'm not going to move out of I'm not going to move out of melee range.
Cool.
I'm just going to back up a little bit. Mirka smirks. Holds her shadow blade in one hand with her other hand. Right. Let me make sure I got the distance right. Yeah. So right here, on the trebuchet, she's going to cast Shatter. And everything is in range. Both guys, the trebuchet itself, and the blue thing.
Ooh, I like this.
What's gonna happen?
Okay, just help me.
Con
Remember how
save.
shatter works.
Con save 13. It has, if this is any creature must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature takes 10d or 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, half much on a successful one. A creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw, and obviously because it's a saving throw, things that don't have that can't save it. So if they don't have
the
int,
trebuchet, it
or,
doesn't.
yeah,
Save.
and the blue thing can't save it either. I don't think.
Oh yeah. Okay. You said it's DC 13.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. All right. And give me.
Na 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 na. Thunder.
All 3 things fail. I mean, the trebuchet automatically, but give us some damage.
16.
Woo! All right.
5
All
plus
right.
5 plus 6.
Yay! Good rolls, finally.
All right. So the guy by the blue thing. Oh, the blue thing has to take the damage too. How much health does that
Yeah.
have? It would have less than 16. Okay, I'll deal with that in a second. The guy who was messing with the blue thing looks really messed up. If you were to describe his condition, it might be described as bloodied. The other guy has also taken some damage. The trebuchet, it this wouldn't normally do a bunch of damage to a solid wooden trebuchet, but you managed to sort of accidentally hit one of the support struts with the spell, and it cracks in half, and the trebuchet kind of settles. And so it's still usable as a trebuchet, but it can't be turned anymore, and it's currently aiming off to the left someplace.
All right. Trebuchet disabled.
My turn is
Alright,
over, and
now-
I'm smirking.
The blue thing shatters and explodes. Lots of a little flicker of light, and as it starts to shatter, Lyra, you notice immediately that water pours out of it, and then the defense. Does anyone speak Elvish? All of you speak Elvish, I assume.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
I don't,
so-
but
I do.
I'm half
the 2 elves do.
Oh, great.
Elvish.
So so Leandor, you duck to avoid a piece of debris, and it clatters at your feet, and you see in Elvish it says boarding defenses, and 4. It would have been 4, but the shatter really messed them up. So it's actually only going to be 1. Space eel comes slithering out of the blue thing and joins the fight.
Sorry!
Great. Now we've got space eels.
I killed 3 of them.
Oh, there he is. Okay. But he's supposed to be up here. Okay, great. You got 1 space eel. All right. And let me just kill the other space eels so they're not on my tracker anymore.
Who
All right.
wants sushi?
Well, that brings us to, I believe it is Glamvir.
Alrighty, sorry for the delay. Sorry, looking at the things I can do, because swinging this hammer ain't doing much for me. Alrighty, Glamvir is gonna... Glamvir's got a vendetta against this one.
Good.
I mean, he should. He missed like 10 times.
Is this person prone? That would give me advantage.
Does Shatter knock them prone?
Shatter does not
No.
knock them prone. Shatter just shatters everything around it. Bunch of broken debris.
Alright, then I think I'm just gonna... what can I do with grapple? Can I...
I mean, you could certainly try to grab him and just huck him
You
off
literally
the side.
can use the
Yeah.
throw action. For it's
Grapple
just an
first.
athletic check, right?
No,
It's opposed athletics check, isn't it?
Yeah, opposed grapple.
you have to grapple first, then you can move
Yeah.
them.
Right.
Yeah. Alrighty. So definitely gonna roll strength. I think that's
Okay.
that, and it's opposed by their choice of strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
Okay. Well.
Strength athletics is roll 1d20 plus 5.
You have
Oh,
plus
what if
5
it's
on athletics?
yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
you gotta be kidding me.
I think he's gonna win this contest.
It's a 24. I kind of wish I swung the hammer.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then he only got a 14. So yes, you have grappled this this astral elf warrior.
Already, and so now I can move at half speed. I already moved. I forget whether you can move, attack, and move again.
You can.
Okay.
You
So
move.
I'm gonna
You move 10 feet according to the distance measure.
right on. So I'm gonna
You can move 5 more.
gonna yeah. I've got a 30 movement, so
When you're carrying something,
10
you can
more.
only move at half, though.
Yeah. So I'm moving 10 more.
Yeah.
half
Yeah,
of
that
one
math
Yep,
works
that
out.
makes sense. Yep,
10,
yep.
20, 30.
and,
Yep.
and
So then he
dragging
would
this.
move along with you. Yep.
Yep. And I'm gonna be dangling them over the edge. Like, hey, stop it.
I'll allow it. All right.
Oh my god!
So good. Okay. So this astro elf up here is going to Oh. Okay. He can't use the trebuchet on you. So he's going to come down here and take a swing at Leander.
Ah. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Mirka's just like happy that she's not the one getting Speckles to swing at.
Does a
After
13
that one-
hit you?
No.
Good.
That would have hit me.
Yeah, take that, Astral Elves. Thank goodness for having a shield.
All right, yeah. So you swing it at him, or he swings at you, and you just bat it aside with your lovely shield, and that ends his turn. The guy over by the blue, where'd he go? Oh, right, you dragged him over here. Okay, so he is going to attempt to escape your grapple, which he'll do with that strength roll. You can oppose any way you want.
Sorry, looking at things again.
No worries.
Yeah, definitely strength athletics. If that's yeah, strength athletics. All right, 1d20 plus 5. That was a nat 20.
Ooh, I don't think he's escaping.
Nope, he's not. He rolled a 19. I was worried. But no, he's stuck there.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Toss him off the edge.
Yeah. Okay, now it is Lyra's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna continue trying to pull this guy up.
Okay, make me a strength check.
Oh, come on! What the? 5 plus 2.
7.
Yeah, no. You're pulling on him with everything you got, and you're just not able to move all that armor.
That's like me trying to do a
This is-
pull-up.
This is horrible. All right, I'll use my bonus action to move the spiritual weapon a little bit towards this eel thing,
Okay.
and I'll try to strike at it.
Alrighty.
8 total.
No, does not hit the space heal.
Okay, so I'm just trying to struggle as I'm struggling pulling up this dude, and the hammer just does not respond too well because I'm super distracted by trying to pull this guy up.
All right. The
Don't
eel.
die on me!
The eels aren't like
Die on
programmed or
her.
trained or anything, so they just attack the nearest thing. So he's going to go for Leandor on his turn.
Stupid eel.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a 22. I'm gonna say that hits.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. So he is gonna give you 7 damage. And when he bites your arm, he holds on. and he is
All right.
currently stuck to your arm.
Ouch.
All right, that is his turn. We're down to the guy hanging off the edge. He is going to look up at you and say, "Why are you helping me?"
I'm gonna look back at him and say this to him. By the light of the moon, I wish to offer you the second chance. May her glow illuminate your path from now on. And I'm still trying to hold on to him.
Okay.
It's like I'm saying that while struggling.
You. Okay. You keep pulling on him. He is now pulling as well, but instead of trying to pull you in, looks like he's trying to pull himself up, although you don't know what he's going to do when he gets there. When from the hatch that you all just escaped from, the cook and her cooking staff come running out and run over to you, and the cook looks down at the mask where she can just see the eyes through the thing and says, "Brother!" and reaches out to grab his other hand, and all of them working together manage to pull him up off of the side. He's ended up heaving on his knees in the middle of the ship and looking around at all of you. His sister says, "Brother, you don't need to be like this anymore. We can escape them. These people can help us." Is there anything you say?
Stars guide to those who seek. It's perhaps time you start seeking.
He's gonna sit for a minute as your words take an effect on him, and he looks at his family and his friends around him, and then he stands up, removes the helmet, and tosses it into the astral sea, and turns towards his former friends. And that will be the end of his turn. All right.
Oh, this is so wholesome. I love this.
All right, Leandor, your turn.
All right. It's a little annoying. I guess we need to kill these annoying little eels, which will hopefully have a much lower armor class than the gigantic dudes wailing on me. So I'm going to try, assuming I still have a hand free, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the eel this time.
So you can remove the eel as an action, just so you know.
Or can I just kill the eels in action?
No. But you can haul it off, and honestly, it doesn't say this, but I would totally allow you to give it a good yeet as you pull it off your arm. You just have to roll to see how far it goes.
A good yeet.
Oh, that's not going to be a very good yeet, and I'm not
Just
that
aim
close
for
to
the
an edge.
astral sea.
It's not going to be a very good yeet. I don't have a very high strength score.
It's a little eel. You only gotta get it 10 feet.
Yeah, it's not far.
All right, fine. I'll try to yeet it. Okay, so I'll pull the eel. I'll grab the eel and try to yeet it.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Or
Or athletics, if you prefer.
Neither of those helps.
Okay. If you can make an argument to me for other skills, I will listen to your argument.
No, I honestly can't. Like, my guy's just not good at this sort of thing. So this is not his strength. Yeeting eels off his arm was not what he was built to do. Why is it not? Oh, I'm doing it wrong. I got a 9.
I set the DC at 8 because he's a light little bugger. So yeah, you yank it off of your arm and yeet it into the astral sea. As soon as the spell stops affecting it, it just continues circling and floating off into space to be somebody else's problem.
Hooray!
All right.
This is how eels and snakes just wind up in space.
You've had it with these mother-loving snakes on this mother-loving space.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have an eel somewhere in Neverwinter.
It's gonna ruin some. Oh, just
random
just in
eel
one.
just
Just
gonna-
put it in a sky file, just slowly floating through like a map. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Environment artist, get on it. Okay, it is now Mirika's turn.
So Mirika's gonna use a bonus action, Celestial Revelation. So from her back, two radiant wings sprout, just So she's got glowing wings, has a black doom sword. It's a very, very
It's the most
contradictory.
anime thing.
Pulls the sword back to attack, and before swinging, looks at the guy she's about to swing at right next to her, and do you want to yield before I stab you with this?
Oh, is this an entire
Let's
party
see.
of pacifists?
Let's see. One of the people has turned against him. The other one is being dangled off the edge. So he is going to make a check to see if he wants to surrender.
Ooh.
What check would he make?
Should I just make a persuasion or an intimidation?
Oh,
check?
actually, yeah. Make an intimidation check.
21.
Yeah. Okay. All right. He looks at you, and the eel floating off into space, and the glimmering hammer, and slowly puts his weapon on the ground and puts his hands up. As which point, the cooks and co rush up to him and start talking to him too, and trying to convince him to do the right thing and give up his allegiance to the Xerixian Empire. What does Glamvir do with the one he's holding off the edge?
Don't throw him off, Glam.
Yeah, so I was gonna fly over and land. So with my movement, I was gonna fly over and land next to that one, right? So right here.
It's not very glamorous to drop
So
surrendered people.
So she's gonna land right here and still has her glowing scary sword and is now staring at this one who hasn't surrendered. And that's my turn. I have no more actions.
All right.
Yeah, Glamvir's just gonna tie this one up.
Nice.
He's got rope.
While you're holding him over the edge, because I love that mental image. Just like one arm tying, one arm holding.
Let's make sure he's gonna surrender. I guess we have to reel him in to tie him up. I think.
Yeah. I
mean, I'm flying right next. Can I assist? Can I use my action that I didn't use to assist?
I'm not gonna make you guys. The combat is over, and we're
so I'm flying, so I can just fly around this guy with the rope while he's being hung. So I'm just gonna do this.
I'm gonna go look at anyone who's injured and try to help them out.
Okay. You start healing the people who were trying to kill you only a moment ago. Fine.
I'll help out too.
Well, I was gonna say, Leandor, you see. Below you, about 20 feet away, a hatch clearly marked Space Seed or Astral Seed.
Let's move over to the hatch.
All right.
So that's where you're roughly pinging.
Yeah, that's where I was pinging. So you rip that hatch open. It does. This one's actually it is locked, but this guy has the key and he's on your side now, so it's fine. You open it up and the Space Seed is sitting there. This strange blue crystal, or Astral Seed, sorry. It's just strange blue crystal staring you in the space, vibrating slowly and glowing in and out like a.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Do any of us know how to deal with it?
I don't know. Actually, I don't. I was going to say I pick it up and I try to see where Toril is, and I hurl at Toril. Because something's got to start off Module 27 next week. So.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right. You huck the Space Seed into space, and it floats out into the Astral Sea. Most of the people guarding the ship were the people on top of it. With their help, you managed to subdue peacefully the rest of the guards of the ship while Leander rolls his eyes at you all. You find the helm and take it over and head back to your base of operations for these strikes against the Xerixian Empire. And that is where
she gets to the helm and it's just like, finally get to pilot another one.
And that is why we will wrap this up for today, because I've got to go take my daughter trick-or-treating. But I want to say thank you to all four of you for playing. I hope you had fun.
Thank you so much for
Spelljammer.
the scenario. Thank you.
Yeah.
I had a ton of fun. I was a little nervous when we came in with 3 healers. We all made our characters in the last day. So that was fun.
I came up with this idea on Friday. The next one, if we do like this, we will have more time to plan.
The real loot is the journey we had along the way.
Yeah.
Not all battles are one of steel. Some are one of heart and choice.
Also,
Normally,
we're
uh,
totally
I think people
confiscating
with
all
a
their
shadow
long
blade.
swords and selling them.
yeah.
100%.
Normally the point, this will be the point in the stream where I would ask people to plug anything they have to plug, but instead I will plug that Module 27, Spelljammer, is coming 1 week from today on November 7th on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. So don't miss out on it. It's going to be really fun and really spacey.
It's gonna be
I'm-
wild.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Anything
TBD.
you guys want to say to hype up those?
Giant space hamsters.
Not miniature.
Wild
Uh,
space
the full-on.
explorations. New trial. Massive updates to
Siege.
the Paladin and quite a few to the Barbarian Sentinel as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, this person says they're on the road to 12K followers, so let's work on getting them there.
Sounds good.
Da-da-da. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. I hope you had fun.
everyone.
And I will see you all in 2 weeks for Neverwinter and next week for STO. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.